guys. I'm sorry if I'm a little under the weather right now, but usually I start my videos with high energy, but I feel like this is something that needs to be heard, and I want you guys to hear my story. Anyway, what's up, everybody? My name is Delfon. For all of those who don't know, there's something happened to me, and it happened on July 19th. It took me a lot of courage to do this video, but I just feel like you guys are part of my life, and I just feel like if I'm in it, you guys are in it too. So with that being said, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'm gonna tell you guys what happened. So July 19th of 2023, I went to the gas station and I was getting off work, and I see, like, when I pulled into the gas station, there was, like, I was pumping my gas and two guys came out of nowhere. Like, I'm like, where the heck did they come from? Like, where, like, I didn't even see these guys. And that made me realize now I have to always watch my surroundings. So what had happened was I was pumping my gas, and then they come up to me and they say, "Hey, how you doing?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm good. And I was like, "All right, you guys know," like, "Oh, I'm good." Then they was like, "Hey, do you mind doing us a favor?" So, and I was like, what it is. So then they tell me, they was like, "Do you think you can go in the store and buy us a drink?" So I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And then they just kept asking me for favors. And if some of you guys do know, I'm a very, very nice and generous person, but after going through all that, it made me realize I can't be so nice to people. When they asked me, could I go in there and get them a drink, I was like, "Okay, sure, no problem." And then he asked me, could I go in and get them some, stuff. So I was just like, "Oh, I'm not even old enough to get that." And then they was like, "Really?" I was like, I'm only 19, but guys, I'm not 19. And I probably might tell you guys my age, but I'll just let you know I'm above 19. So I told them, I was like, I'm only 19. And they was like, "Oh, okay." Then they asked me, could I drive them to Atlanta? What? And I was like, "Yo, I'm not even from here." And then it was like, "So where you from?" And I told them I was from here, but I'm not. So that's another time for another story. So I had told them, I was like, "Look, guys, I can't drive you guys anywhere. I don't know you guys like that, and you just gotta respect that." And so then he was like, "Oh, okay, I understand." But I was telling them the best thing I can do is buy you a drink. So they was like, "Okay, that's cool." And then he was like, "Hey man, you got a nice car." And I was like, "Oh, appreciate that." So then his homeboy walked to the passenger side. And when I seen him walk on the passenger side, I was like, I'm about to be done. My life is over. Oh my God! I had all kinds of thoughts just going on in my head. So then I was just like, "But let me just finish pumping my gas and then I'll go in here and get you guys a drink." So then he was like, "Okay, that's cool." So then he was like, "How long you had the car for?" So I was like, I said I had it for about like a year now. And then his homeboy was like, "Hey man, you trying to go to Florida?"
You don't find that suspicious?
So then I was like, "Oh my God, I'm about to get hit with something. I'm about to get knocked out." Like, all kind of thoughts was just going on in my head. And then after I finished pumping my gas, I was like, "All right, come on." And keep in mind, I left my keys in my car, and I reached in the car and I grabbed my keys out, and then I shut my door and then I locked it. So I was like, "Man, nah, he ain't about to get in my car." So then after I had locked it, I was like, "All right, come on." I said, "I got you guys a drink." So then I was like, y'all gonna have to come with me, because I didn't trust them being around my car, because they asked about my car. They said, I don't mind people complimenting my car, and I have a Hyundai Sonata. So I was like, appreciate the compliment for my car. He was talking about going to Florida, like, and me driving, like all of this stuff wasn't adding up, and it was just feeling like I was about to die that night. So then we walk into the gas station, and then I was like, man, I gotta get out of here. Like all these thoughts, I'm real terrified. Fear's just building up inside me. So then I was like, oh man, I left my wallet in the car. So I'll be back. I was like, I'll be right back. But I had my wallet in my pocket. I was just trying to find a way how I can get out of there. So then when I told him, I was like, all right, y'all boys go get y'all stuff. I'll be right back. So I told him I had to go get my wallet from the car. And then after I went back to my car, I just sped off. Cause I was not, something just didn't feel right. I just felt like I was just gonna get put down. I thought I was gonna get hit or shot or something. But guys, that's my story. I want you guys to always pray to God. Every time you leave, every time you on the highway, always pray to God, and throughout the day, so for him to watch over you guys, because this world we're living in now is crucial. So with that being said, thank you guys for staying and listening to my story. But before I close out today's video, I want to give you a huge shout out. So today's post notification shout out goes to Kiara Bowling. Hey, shout out to you, Kiara. Thanks for being part of the channel. Whoever else would like a post notification shout out, all you gotta do is subscribe to the channel, hit that bell button, comment down below, and hit that. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. And always remember, stay blessed, you dig?